Hello, my name is Todd Masters. I'm the General Manager for Dryer Vent Wizard of Castle Rock, Colorado. And today I'm going to be walking you through part of our inspection process for all of our appointments. Each one of our appointments starts with a full 10-point inspection where we check many things from the dryer, in the laundry room, and all the way to the exterior of the home where it vents outside. We do these things to make sure that everything is up to fire code, you and your home are safe, and that everything's working efficiently. So follow along as I walk through a few of our steps. One of the first things we check is the connection between the dryer and the vent line. That's what's called the transition ducting. That's this guy right here. This particular material, this foil transition, actually isn't up to fire code. Even though it's the stuff that comes installed when you get a new washer and dryer, it's the stuff you can get off the shelf at Home Depot. It's not the best. And the reason why is because, for a few reasons. It's easily crushable. These big loops collect lint very easily. And if there is a fire in the vent line, this stuff has a coating on the inside that'll actually catch fire pretty quick. So it does not help in the case of a fire. That's why we recommend something like this. This is our own Wizard Flex. Stretches up to 8 feet long. It's crush resistant. You can see how tight the coils are on that, so much less susceptible to building up lint, and this is up to fire code. The fire happens within it. This is not going to catch fire, it's not going to add to the fire, so it's a much safer installation than the traditional foil stuff here. The other thing I noticed while I was inspecting this particular laundry room, after I took this collar off, this transition ducting actually goes up into the wall and outside the home. It's not supposed to do that. It should be solid steel pipe on the inside of any wall, all the way to the exterior. You do not want transition ducting in there. It makes it difficult to clean, particularly using brushes, because it can tear up this material, and for all those other reasons I mentioned before on why it's a fire hazard. So if I get the approval from the homeowners, I can actually install some new pipe inside the wall here to bring it up to fire code and connect it to the termination on the outside. Next, I'm checking the connection between the transition and the dryer itself. I know I just moved this about a foot and this one popped right off the back of the dryer. Because of that, you can see there's a ton of lint building up back here. So that means there wasn't a great connection from the dryer to the transition. So it's been building up on the inside of the laundry room, which is not great for the overall air quality of the home. Also, notice that it has a plastic PVC pipe on the end of that. You don't want that there. It should be all steel or just the foil transition connecting to the dryer. There are steel 90-degree elbows that you can use. You want to avoid using plastic on it because plastic can build up static electricity, which will then collect more lint and make it more of a fire hazard. And a quick way to do that on this particular machine is there's this one screw that's holding this piece of pipe. Let's pop that out. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. You can see all that lint building up in there. See on the motor on the back, that black circle. See all that lint around there. That's the heating element up here. Sometimes we'll find some dark brown lint that's actually burnt lint. If you're smelling something burning when you're doing your laundry, it's usually because there's lint buildup on the heating element. That's where the real fire hazard comes from. So all this you can clean out, make a cleaner, safer dryer. The next part of our process is checking out the lint trap on the inside here. This is the lint screen. Hopefully you're cleaning this out every single time. If you use dryer sheets that help with static and whatnot, those can actually build up a waxy residue on this that make it harder for the air and the lints to get through the machine. So wouldn't recommend using those. These screens actually only collect about 60% of the lint that goes through the cycle. The rest of it will go through here. This is what's called the lint trap. Then it goes through the blower, through the vent line into the exterior of the home. You always want to make sure you're checking this at least every couple months. This is something that we always check during our inspection process because it can actually fill up quite a bit in all the nooks and crannies inside here, and then affects the airflow and the overall efficiency of the dryer once it gets built up in here. Fairly easy to take this apart, do a cleaning yourself, but for a convenience standpoint, we can do all that for you. Make sure the vent line gets cleaned out and is efficient from start. Now that I've done the inspection on the inside, I'm outside. I have the dryer on an air cycle, so I can check the airspeed and check the status of the vent cover, make sure everything is installed properly and working properly. All right, so here is the dryer vent cover. This one is about 8 inches or so from the ground. It's probably why they had this grate cover on it to keep critters out. This grate cover is actually terrible for dryer vents because it's easy for this kind of design to get filled up with lint. You can see how much lint is being thrown outside, right? And if this gets built up with lint, it'll build it all the way back into the vent line, into the dryer, creating that massive fire hazard. It'll affect air quality, dry times, and like I said, the fire hazard. So this one, for all of them, I have it running on an air cycle right now, just so it doesn't time out. And so I can check the airspeed on it. And using my anemometer, I was able to get up to about 15 miles an hour. Yeah, I got 14.7 on that one. It's great airspeed. You want to look between 15 to 20 miles per hour. If it gets below 5 miles per hour, that's what we consider low flow. Means that there's either a disconnect, some kind of blockage, and it's going to take some extra work to get that unblocked. But we got good airspeed on this one. This particular vent cover, being low on the ground, it would probably be good to replace it with something like this. This is a metal pest resistant vent cover. It actually has magnets down here on the bottom, so that when the dryer is running, it's open. When it's closed or not running, it stays closed. That way no critters can get in there, and you don't have to worry about something like this to keep them out. So you stay safe, keep the critters out with a vent cover like this one. All right, so I finished the inspection process, and after talking with the homeowners, we're going to replace this, and we're actually going to install all the new pipe in here. We're going to install a new pest-proof cover on the outside. We're going to clean out the lint trap in the front of the machine. We're going to clean out the inside of the cabinet and install the new Wizard Flex transition. So the reason we're doing all of these things, the reason why we check all these things, is for fire prevention. Each one of these added on top of each other can build on that fire hazard. And so by attacking each one and making sure it's up to fire code, we're going to make sure that this house is safe and the dryer is working as efficiently as possible. And when it's working as efficiently as possible, we've got proper seals. There's not going to be lint in the room. There's not going to be poor air quality. The dryer is going to work a lot faster, so you're going to prevent yourself from having to buy a new machine. And we're going to make sure that the warranties and everything stay good on this as well. So as we're in Fire Protection Month, make sure you're getting your dryer vent system inspected because you never know what could be hiding in the walls or behind the machine or anything like that. So from all of us at Dryer Vent Wizard, thank you for watching.